Wirecast.
Starting lineup. First for the Cougars from Medgar College. A freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 1, Jennifer Metro. A freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Holly Hudson. A freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Shelby.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And a sophomore from Harlem, New York, number 11, Mia Castillo. And rounding out the starters for McRae, a freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 12, Nana Samaki.
Miriam guy.
It's spelled differently.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Now let's meet the Baruch College Bearcats. A sophomore from Whitestone, New York, number 2, Angela Beccarella. A sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Elissa Leung. A freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 12, McRae.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
A sophomore from Wayne, New Jersey, number 15, Paige Traynor. And rounding out the starters for your Baruch College Bearcats, a sophomore from Pleasant Valley, New York, number 23, Mia Castillo. Ladies and gentlemen, Baruch College, the NCAA, the CUNYAC College promote sports.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So welcome to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College. It is a CUNYAC basketball matchup between the Cougars of Medgar and the Baruch College Bearcats. A single header tonight and the first of back-to-back games against Medgar as the Bearcats will travel to Medgar on Thursday night. Alongside Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Joe, a Medgar team coming into the building, losing 13 in a row, 0-10 in conference, and 2-17 on the season. It has a great script potential for the Bearcats.
Yeah, David, happy Monday, Super Bowl week. And David, Medgar has nothing to lose here by coming in and stealing one from the highly, ranked Bearcats. Home game for the Bearcats. Shelly Castada is the go-to person for Medgar. Not much else, David. So let's see if Mia and company could get it done quickly tonight.
This
a young
is
team here, this Medgar team,
Wirecast.
8 players who are freshmen. So definitely a revamp of the system as Houghton now has it in the front court, for Medgar as they start things up here at the Arc Arena with the ball. It's over to Metra here on the near side wing. Castillo all over her. Baruch in their home whites. Medgar rocking their black and gold jersey. Shot there by Metra, no good. She gets her own rebound, though, and Medgar will have opportunity to set up for a second possession.
In the last game, a lot of 50-50 balls went the other way against the Baruch Lady Bearcats.
This
Hopefully
is a
tonight that will not happen.
And the Bearcats able to come away with the turnover there. Castillo right into the lane. Can't get it to go. Leung gets the rebound. Pull-up shot from the mid-range, no good as well, and it'll be Medgar on the rebound. Good possession there for the Bearcats, first time down the court. Going to be unfortunate that they didn't come up with some points there.
Yeah, Castillo's had a up and down couple of games. If she gets off and going, Baruch is in a good place. If she's cold, who's the next person to step up?
Ooh, nice step back jumper there by Quezada. And the Cougars are on the board.
Yeah, Quezada's their go-to primary offensive weapon.
And Castillo going to turn it over. And something the Bearcats struggled with in last game, Joe, here the other night against Hunter. Too many turnovers in that ball game if you're the Bearcats.
Yeah, I think that they have to settle down and they have to just lock in and focus. I think that's what's been missing when they're not going good. But it's a very talented Baruch team. They just have to calm down
This is a demonstration
And a big
of
game in the
Wirecast.
conference. Baruch 5-5 in the conference. Lehman 4-7. Right behind them in the final playoff spot with York at 6-5, Hunter at 7-4. So opportunity here late in the season for Baruch to maybe make a little bit of movement in the conference before tournament time.
Well, Dave, to your point, the men the other night, dropping to 129, sent a big statement around town. The Lady Bearcats need to send a statement tonight that you got to come through us.
And it'll be Leung now
This
into
is
the
a
front court for the
demonstration
Bearcats.
of
Baccarella here on the
Wirecast.
near side. Baruch only have 4 more games, including this one tonight on the season. So nice rebound there by Castillo. Keeps it in bounds. Leung going to pull up mid-range and knocks it down. And just like that, Baruch are on the board.
Well, that's Robin to Batman and Robin. Elissa Leung. Her and Castillo are the pace setters. And we hope that Baccarella in the starting lineup can add to the offense along with Paige Traynor. We know what we're going to get from McRae.
McRae's
This
having a
is a
solid season, close to a
demonstration
double-double
of
on the
Wirecast.
year. It's Metra up top now on the center symbol. Baccarella gets a hand in there. However, Houghton's able to come away with it, and Baccarella is able to get the steal. She's going to push. Quezada on her. Baccarella right into the lane. Shot blocked there by Quezada, and it's going to stay right there with the Bearcats. But nice hustle play there from Angela Baccarella.
Yeah, Angela just lost a little momentum, and that allowed the defender to come over and put a hand on the ball.
Nice inbounds play to Castillo, who knocks it down. And that's her first bucket of the night.
So Castillo and Leung are in the scoreboard
This is a demonstration
early.
of Wirecast.
A nice breakdown of the zone here from Medgar Evers. Metra has it now, but Leung all over her. Metra picks it up to the near side over to Samaki.
Baruch in a man-to-man has to watch the backdoor cutters of Medgar.
And Baccarella able to run down that rebound off the missed 3 from Quezada. Baccarella now going to drive, gives it outside to Castillo. She's going to pull a 3 near side. Shot no good off front rim, and that's going to go out of bounds
This
back
is a
to
demonstration of
Medgar Evers.
Wirecast.
With that, Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over. So we'll step aside with 7:09 remaining here in the first quarter. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And both teams break the huddle here. It's going to be the Bearcats setting up in a full court press. We don't see it often from Baruch, so we'll see how this works tonight. And just like that, forcing a turnover.
Well, it worked, and Castillo didn't have to do much.
Leung was all over Metra there, and it's going to go right back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Castillo
is a
and
demonstration
Leung have
of
been
Wirecast.
great with their hands.
3 from the far side from Leung. Shot no good. Metra on the rebound. And once again, Baccarella all over her as Metra can bring it into the front court. Inside to Quezada. She's able to keep it in bounds. Ooh, trying to find the cutting Metra. That pass in a little too hard, and it's going to come the other way. It's nice find there by Castillo. Up ahead to Leung, who's able to lay it in past the outstretched arm of
Hey,
Quezada.
what a pass on Super Bowl week, David.
Ooh. And it's going to be a jump ball between McRae and
This is a
Quezada, and it's going to go
demonstration
back
of
to the
Wirecast.
Bearcats.
If Baruch brings it defensively like they are now, this game will be over quickly. They just have to finish at the basket.
And that's got to come into your game plan, right, Joe? We're seeing the press a little bit earlier here in the ball game from Baruch when they don't normally run the press too
Well,
much.
Coach K knows that Medgar turns it over in bunches.
And just like that, Paige Traynor knocking down a 3 from the far side. And Baruch have stretched their lead here in the early going, up by 7. Ooh, nice pass there by Quezada.
This is a
Finds
demonstration
Houghton.
of
Medgar turned it
Wirecast.
over 30-some-odd times last game.
That's a recipe for a loss right there, Joe.
Yeah, so Baruch saw their scouting, and they want this to happen tonight. Make them turn it over, and then Baruch has to turn in that turnover into a basket.
And you said it, Joe. Medgar Evers actually turns it over on average of 33 times per game. So that 30 and a night the other evening is based on basically right on par with their
This
season
is
average.
And also, they've
demonstration
been
of Wirecast.
not able to score. They barely have scored over 30 points in the last few games.
3 there by Haunton on the near side, no good. And it's Traynor. That's going to be a 2. And she knocks it down. So a deep 2 from Paige Traynor. She leads all scorers with 5.
Well, Paige Traynor is your hired gun, so to speak, out there. She's the three-point specialist. We'd like to see McRae in her low post game, not taking the outside shot.
And Traynor knocks down another one, this time from the near side elbow. And she's starting to heat up here at the Arc Arena.
Well, Traynor, again, taking a load off Castillo and Leung. Steal by Mitchell. Great move.
They're going to say she took too many steps as she tried to get around Samaki underneath. It's going to go back to Medgar Evers.
I always tell you, David, Mitchell could start for a lot of CUNY teams, but she comes off the bench for Coach K.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And so it'll be inbound to Metro. She's quickly doubled here on the near side. Castillo back into the game with Elissa Leung, Traynor, and Altamirano. Metro is able to get in the front court. Medgar Evers have a 2-on-1. It's Metro right into the chest of Altamirano. Shot no good. Ball batted around. Metro gets her own rebound. Still loose. And it's going to stay. It's going to go back to
David,
it's going to stay with Medgar Evers.
The key to Baruch's press is how active Leung is. Watch her. Tenacious on that front line of the press.
And Samaki gets the Guy gets the inbound there. Looking for some options here. As Merger just had to go through her hands. Now Leung the other way. Gives it up top to Traynor. She's been feeling it tonight. She knocks down another one, this time from the far side elbow.
And credit Leung, who started that on the other side of the court with her quick hands.
Yep. And Joe, you gotta love it when one of your bigs makes is running the full length of the court. You gotta find her.
Now, we've said it in a lot of games. Castillo, may only have 1 point and 2 point, but look at Paige Traynor. She's doing Castillo like work here in the first quarter.
Bounce pass inside Altamirano, outside to Baccarella on the far side. Leung up top. Castillo sets up over here. She'll pull the 3 on the near side wing. No good. Castillo having a little bit of a rough shooting night to start things off, and it'll be Metro to come the other way for the Cougars.
Well, if you just tuned in, it's 15-2. Thank you, Paige Traynor.
And Castillo, nice way to back check there and come away with the steal. She's going to look to go coast to coast. Her shot was blocked, but they're going to say that she got hit on the arm, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that's 3 almost blocks by Castada.
And we talked about it, Joe. Medgar Evers is a high turnover team. Already have 10 here in the first 6 minutes.
I would love to know the Division III record for turnovers, David. We may have something to look at tonight.
Of Wirecast.
Get the research team on it. Correction, that's 11 turnovers now as Castillo knocks down the first.
Yeah, and we still have 4 minutes to go in the first period. And here is Baruch right into the press.
That's going to be a substitution here as McRae checks back into the game and Baccarella will come to the bench. And the press really disrupting Medgar Evers. Castillo is able to come open after the Leung steal, and it's an easy lay-in.
Leung is putting on a clinic on how to be in the front line of a press.
Now it's Merger here on the near side. She's able to get it up ahead to Samaki. Samaki going to go right into the lane. Her shot blocked by Castillo, and Altamirano comes away with it. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay right there with the Cougars.
How great is Castillo? If her shots are not falling, she's making up for it in 5 other areas.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So inbounded here on the near side to Metra. Samaki has it up top. Merger keeps it from going out of bounds. Inside to Guy on the far side. She'll go right into the lane. She can't get that one to go. Gets her own rebound. Going through some contact, and that'll send her to the line to shoot 2.
Castillo playing textbook defense down in a stance. moving her feet.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And Guy knocks down the first.
This is
Miriam
a
Guy
demonstration of
has
Wirecast.
some ability. Baruch, can't let her camp out down in the paint and get these easy offensive rebounds. And there's Casada. I think that's her first basket, and Baruch is lucky about that.
And a little too much dribbling there from Castillo, and that'll turn it back over. So it'll be a Baccarella coming in for Altamirano, and Mia Castillo checking into the game for the first time tonight for the
This is a
Cougars.
demonstration of Wirecast.
So Houghton gives it right to Castillo. Castillo can't get the reverse to go. McRae comes away with the rebound, trying to get the shot to go. No good. Castillo gets the rebound. Now Mitchell. Houghton's able to swipe it from Mitchell, and she quickly pushes it the other way.
Wow, Baruch came up empty with it after about 4 shots.
Houghton loses it on the way to the basket. She's down behind the play. Castillo now going coast to coast.
This is a
Has Leung on the far
demonstration of
side.
Wirecast.
Mid-range jumper, no good. Castillo gets the rebound, puts it on the deck, and she'll dribble it back out. Baccarella up top. Jab step, gives it over to Castillo. Houghton tries to sneak up on her. Castillo spin move. Free throw line jumper is good. And Baruch lead 21-5 with 2.5 remaining here in the first.
Yeah, Baruch can just about do anything they'd like to do offensively, but they're just not making shots.
And a wild pass there from Medgar Evers as now Baruch was able to easily pull that one down. It was essentially
This
Mitchell
is a
and
demonstration
McRae
of
fighting for the
Wirecast.
rebound.
Well, McRae's open, but they don't see her.
Mid-range jumper on the far side from Leung is good. And, Baccarella almost came away with the steal. Merger, her pass was tipped by Castillo. Baruch playing some swarming defense. Thrown up ahead now into the hands of Quezada. Quezada gives it up top to Samaki. She'll pull a 3-2 strong off back rim. No good. And it'll be Castillo who comes away with it.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Baccarella, her pass blocked by Quezada underneath. And Quezada comes away with the steal.
Casada has length. If all went well for Medgar Evers, for her to do anything, but she's not really she's not in the flow of their offense.
Merger hits the deck, ball's loose, and they're going to say it's a jump ball, and that's going to go back to the Bearcats. And Merger let the ball get away from her a little bit, and the Bearcats were able to pounce.
I'm curious why Casada is not getting any touches
Of Wirecast.
down court. She is a good player, and look at statistically coming into this game. And she is basically invisible out there, and Medgar down badly.
Now Mitchell has it on the far side up to Leung. Jab step against Castillo goes with the jab step. Her shot was blocked. McRae hits the deck on the rebound. Floater from Baccarella. Shot too strong, no good. Still loose. Quezada finds
This is a
Metro.
demonstration of Wirecast.
Excuse me. Yep, that was Metro. My apologies. And now it's over to Leung as the Cougars turn it over, who finds Castillo cutting to the basket, and that's an easy layup for the Bearcats.
Baruch Nation, Elissa Leung has been fantastic here in the first period.
And swarming defense there on the other end. It was Mitchell and Baccarella all over Houghton on the near side.
Yeah, if Baruch turns on the heat collectively, Medgar has no chance.
This is a
And Quezada gets it in
demonstration
the
of
front court.
Wirecast.
Looking to create some of her own offense, gives it up top to Samaki. She's going to pull a three off right rim, no good. And it'll be Mitchell who comes away with the rebound. Castillo up ahead to Leung. Leung reverse layup. What a move. Elissa Leung able to lay it in with the right hand.
She had Baccarella she wanted to, but chose to take a tough shot, but it went in.
And Castillo able to come away with the steal. Her shot is good. And that'll do it for the
This
first
is a
quarter. So
demonstration
after
of
one,
Wirecast.
Baruch 29, the Cougars 5. We'll step aside and be back with second quarter action here on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena.
Well, David, if you're Coach K, what do you say to the team in the huddle, given this first quarter? And I guess you would say, do not let them get back into the game.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just some of the, Baruch played well last game and then kind of let it slip in the fourth quarter a little bit. Just kind of working on those things. And you hate to say this in a competitive match, but maybe, run some new sets, get some stuff in that maybe you'd normally try and practice, and now you could, bring out into a game and, kind of test plays and test sets.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of Castillo to McRae. We haven't tonight. That's because it's clogged in the middle, so we need to do something else. And that's where the perimeter game tonight, David, is going to be open for Baruch if they're patient. Quesada takes up a lot of room down low. A lot of length.
That's going to be a foul from Houghton, and it's going to be Baruch's side out on the far side. First team foul against the Cougars.
So that was the 19th turnover by Medgar a little while ago as they try and get to 20 here in the first half.
And it's going to be Castillo on the far side. Houghton on her. Now to Altamirano. Traynor here on the near side. She's going to pull wide open three off front rim. No good. And it'll be Metro to bring it up for Medgar Evers. Ooh. That was a dangerous play. I look like from here she went back court, but they'll keep it in Mo.
Every offensive possession is an adventure by Medgar, David.
Ooh, Metro finds Guy underneath. And she can't finish shot around now. No good, but Quesada there to clean up on the glass.
It's a mystery that Quesada is kind of invisible still in this game for Medgar.
This is a demonstration
now
of
Castillo
Wirecast.
near side. She's going to pull a three. Off front rim, no good. Quesada comes away with the rebound. She's fouled underneath. Foul there is going to go against Altamirano. That's going to be her first.
If Medgar has any thoughts of getting back in, it's got to be because of number 3 asserting herself.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So it's Traynor here on the near side. She bounced past to Castillo in the corner. Castillo finds Grant backdoor. Handoff right to Leung. Mid-range jumper, no good. And Merger going the other way. Inside to Metra. Shot just a bit short. Traynor on the rebound. And it's going to be Leung to come into the front court for the Bearcats. Finds Castillo cutting to the basket. Ooh, nice block there by Quezada. Emphatic block. She's able to run it down. Houghton loses it out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
So, Dave, that's about the 5th block by Quezada and about the 20th turnover for Medgar.
Leung has it up top, gives it over Castillo on the far side wing. Leung, nice spin move away from defenders. Grant pull-up shot, no good.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And Houghton brings it into the front court. Ooh, Castillo comes away with the steal almost. No, Castillo does have it. Has options up ahead. She's fouled on the near side, and it's going to be side out right in front of our scorers table here. Nice hustle play there by Castillo to get the steal at midcourt.
Well, Castillo just has been playing high intensity from the jump ball.
Nice ball movement on the offensive end. Castillo pulls the 3, shot no good. Gives outside Traynor now, far side 3. She knocks it down. Paige Traynor having a strong night for the Bearcats.
It's interesting. Castillo misses, Traynor makes it. So we have some nice balance in the Baruch lineup tonight.
Traynor and Castillo both have 12. Guy 3, shot no good. Long. Traynor with the rebound. That gets poked away from her. Castillo comes away with it, though, in the end, and she's quickly going to push after splitting 2 defenders in the backcourt. Castillo into the lane, gives it off to Leung. Leung in the lane and now get to Grant. Her shot was blocked. And Metra gets fouled by Grant underneath, and that's going to stay right there with the Cougars.
I'd like to see the Lady Bearcats give Grant some repetition, get her some touches, because she's going to be a vital part down the road. Not necessarily in the post because it's clogged up, but maybe if she steps out a little bit for a short jumper.
So now Metra, crossover move. Gives it off to Quezada on the far up top. Now bounce pass inside to Guy. Guy able to corral, working on Altamirano. Shot way short, and Altamirano comes away with the rebound. Leung right into the front court, gives it off to Baccarella. Traynor on the near side. Pulls up and knocks it down, and just like that, 14 for Traynor on 6 of 8 shooting.
Every game that we broadcast, we hope that Traynor puts up the stats that she is tonight. That's why she's in the lineup. Tonight it's happening.
Quezada has it on the far side, bounce up pass to Metra. Metra on the circle, gives it off to Houghton on the far side wing. Crossover move from Houghton, thinks about taking the pick from Guy, instead goes left. Quezada going to pull over the outstretched hand of Grant, and that may have grazed iron. Either way, it's going to go out of bounds and back to the Bearcats.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So it's Grant, Altamirano, Traynor, Leung, and Baccarella for the Bearcats. Inside, ball swung around the perimeter. Now Leung has it up top. And she's able to knock it down from the far side elbow. Leung creating some space from herself to give her a better shot.
Good ball movement. I'd love to see that from the Bearcats, because if you swing the ball, you're going to beat the defense and get a lot of open shots.
Nice shot there by Quezada, who knocks it down. Baruch lead 36-7 here with coming in on 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Baccarella near side to Traynor, inside to Altamirano, even further inside to Grant. Creates some space and is able to finish inside.
Crafty move by Grant. No call, so 2 points.
And that was the first player outside of Traynor, Castillo, and Leung to score a bucket for the Bearcats. And Leung, crossover move, gets past Metra. Leung loses it from behind. Baccarella comes away with it. Altamirano has it now. Cross to Traynor. Trainor's going to pull from the free throw line. A little too strong. And when you have a hot hand like that, Joe, you're just going to keep firing. And Metra tries to draw some contact. Unable to finish on the shot, and now Leung has it in the backcourt for the Bearcats.
Well, her teammates are looking for her.
Traynor thought about the shot, gives it back to Leung, swung around the perimeter, Baccarello, bounce pass up top to Leung. Inside to
This is
Altamirano.
a
Traynor here on the near
demonstration
side.
of
That's going to be off
Wirecast.
left. A bit left there from Traynor.
But nobody is coming out to contest Traynor. So once she sets her feet, she's going to have wide open shots all night, it looks like.
And harder into the game as Guy will come to the bench. So Metro has it up top.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Far side to Quezada. 4 minutes remaining here in the half. It's Samaki, who has it on the far side wing, looking for an option as she picked up her dribble up top to Merger. Merger gives it to Metra. That's stripped, though, by Castillo. She read that pass brilliantly and goes right into the lane. A little pump fake and is able to hit from inside the circle.
Well, that's the second pump fake that has freed a Baruch player, and Medgar went for it. Quesada just stands in the corner, and if I'm Medgar, I give her the ball and just move away.
So Samaki has it up top. Baccarella on her. Ball sticking a little bit on the offensive end for the Cougars. Gives it up top to Quezada. Quezada handoff to Metra. Metra's going to lose it, though, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats on the far side.
If they posted Quesada up, you have a lot of opportunities for Medgar. I don't know why she's 25 feet from the basket, but.
And Traynor going to pull. Ooh, shot grazes iron there, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to Medgar Evers. Mitchell's going to check into the game as Traynor comes to the bench. Maybe some tired legs as she's been shooting a lot tonight.
Well, Coach K probably told her, listen, this is your game. He probably knew something about the Medgar defense, which is they're going to leave you wide open. So, but she's made a fair amount of shots, which is great.
21 steals so far on the night from the
Wirecast.
Bearcats. Still just in the first half.
22 turnovers by Medgar. We're going to keep our eye on that. Make that 23.
So Baruch, just the beneficiary at this point. I mean,
do you have an over/under figure for that turnover, David, by any chance?
DraftKings not giving out the Division III lines. It's a real shame.
Yeah, FanDuel, I'd like to know what they want to say about that.
Baccarella, far side jumper, no good. Quezada on the rebound. And really, there's no tempo really when Medgar Evers are bringing the ball up. Very lackadaisical on the offensive end. Merger gives it off to Quezada. Back to Merger. Her shot blocked by Grant, and Mitchell comes away with it.
Well, that was a good look. Good pass, good catch by Medgar.
And Castillo dribbles into a double team, now dribbles out of a double team. Gives it off to, I think that's McRae. No, that was Mitchell on the far side. Trying to get it inside to McRae, and it's going to go last out against the Cougars.
Mitchell can make that shot from where she passed it from.
Now Grant has it on the far side. Hop step into the lane. Floating shot, no good. Ball batted out. Back out to Grant. Grant feeling it, pulling it from the elbow. Shot a little short, no good. McRae gets the rebound. Her shot was blocked. She gets the rebound again. Outside to Grant. Hand off to Castillo. Castillo has 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it off to Grant on the far side. She's open. She'll pull again. That shot way short, but Baccarella, right place, right time, gets the rebound back to Castillo. She'll pull a deep three, and she knocks it down. Mia Castillo extends the Baruch lead to 34.
Well, credit Grant, credit Baccarella for keeping the ball alive, and the end result is a 3-ball by Castillo. So it doesn't always start with how it ended, but great hustle by the Lady Bearcats.
This is a demonstration
of
Wirecast.
Out on the far side. No lack of movement really on the offensive end as Samaki now has it with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gives it back to Quezada. Dribbles into the lane. Step back jumper off back rim, no good. And it's Baccarella who comes away with it. Baccarella quickly pushing it right into the lane. looking for options. Her pass was blocked, but Castillo is able to come away with it on the far side. Crossover move into the lane, off the glass, no good. Grant gets the rebound there. Her shot no good. McRae is able to come away with it, and she got fouled before she went up with it. So it'll be side out. Actually, it'll be underneath for the Bearcats.
McRae, every game lately, unbelievable with her play on both ends.
So it'll be Bearcats to inbound, right underneath the basket, gives it off to Baccarella. Into the lane, floating shot off right rim, no good. Metra and Mitchell fight for it, and it's going to go back to Medgar Evers.
Well, Coach K called Baccarella's number, I believe, on that play, and she's got to start to make shots to add to this Baruch attack.
And correction, they're going to overturn it. It's going to go back to the Bearcats. Altamirano gets that pass blocked. Now over to Mitchell on the near side. She'll pull. Shot off right iron, no good. Rebounded there by Baruch. Trying to find another open shot is McRae. Now outside to Baccarella. Altamirano has it. Looking for options. Gets McRae inside. Nice find. McRae can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Back outside to Altamirano. She's going to put up a jumper. That's still no good. But it'll be, it's going to be finally Medgar Evers who come away with it. And they're going to be able to quickly push right to left.
McRae just working.
So that will do it for the first half of action. Baruch taking a commanding lead into the locker room, 43-9. We'll step aside, and we'll be back in 15 minutes with second half action between the Medgar Evers Cougars and your Baruch College Bearcats. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. 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 This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It's the start of the second half between the Cougars of Medgar Evers and your Baruch College Bearcats. If you're just joining us, the route is in place for the Bearcats as they are up 43-9 starting the second half.
Yeah, Baruch does not want to play down to their opponent and let Medgar get any type of momentum to get back in. They want to close the deal
of Wirecast.
Early and maybe get some bench players to come in for Coach K, possibly.
Baruch have been here, Joe. You know, Baruch have been that team that needs to rebuild, bring in some fresh blood. They did that a couple years ago. A lot of young players on the Bearcats, and they're starting to gel a little bit. So curious to see if this Cougars team will look the same in a couple of years. As Traynor knocks down a three here on the near side.
Well, Medgar, throughout the years, men and women, you can't let go to sleep on them. They pulled a lot of rabbits out of their hats, respective coaches. Coach Nigro does a great job, Brian Nigro, with the men.
And Castillo is able to come away with the steal there, and she's going to go coast to coast, and it's going to be more of the same, I assume, Joe, here in the second half.
Yeah, I don't see anybody that came on the Medgar roster of note. So except for Casada, that's about it. And she's really not involved, David.
And she's averaging 15 points a game for Medgar Evers. Obviously not there tonight, and she has 8 of the 9 for the Cougars.
Well, Baruch is doing some good things tonight, and hopefully these good things will carry over into the next game.
A nice find there by Baccarella to Castillo underneath, and the easy lay-in.
Baccarella's played a solid game in spite of everything. Baccarella plays, doesn't matter who the opponent is.
Ooh, high dribble there from Metra. Getting herself in some trouble as she picks up her dribble. Bounce pass over to Samaki. Gives it over to Quezada, back to Samaki. Her shot block from behind was Castillo on the block. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back. It's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Castillo, even though she hasn't scored a lot, she's got a pretty filled stat sheet with intangibles. I don't know how many blocks she has, but she's got a few.
That's her first. They're saying that's her first block, but she has 9 steals as Castillo. Traynor on the far side, shot no good.
She's been on a lot of plays with her hands, is my point.
She also has 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. She's got 9 of the Bearcat steals, so opportunity potentially for a double-double, maybe even a triple-double here tonight in the steals column for Castillo.
This is a good confidence builder for Castillo going forward, as well as her teammates. What And
This
it's about,
is a
I know the
demonstration
opponent,
of
but
Wirecast.
worry about yourself. Now, there's a basket by Casada. I don't know why she's not done more of that. But she can play.
And she's into double digits now here into this in the beginning of the second half. Castillo fouled as she goes up, and that's going to send her to the line for 2. Foul there is on Quezada. That's going to be the team's first, Quezada's second.
I'll tell you, Casada would look good in a Baruch uniform.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And Castillo off on the first.
Coach K always looking for formidable post players.
So 50-11, Baruch lead, as it'll be Metra up top on the Bearcat symbol with the ball. Quezada posted up onto McRae, trying to find the cutter. I think it was Guy. And it's going to go over her head and back
This
to the
is a
Bearcats.
demonstration
She
of
had the lane, though,
Wirecast.
Joe. Guy was cutting to the basket.
Yeah, well, that's the 24th turnover for Medgar. So I know they're playing hard, but they can't connect.
Now jab step there by Leung into the lane, gives it out to Baccarello. A little bit too low of a pass. Now ball moved to Castillo. Back Leung on the near side. Her baseline jumper off back rim, no good. Ball still loose, and it'll be Castillo who runs things down.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Crossover move, Castillo, pull-up jumper. Shot around and out, no good, and Quezada comes away with the rebound, gives it off to Guy, who's going to push it into the front court.
Castillo had Leung at the elbow and Traynor at the other elbow before putting up that shot.
Houghton, far side 3, way off, and into the hands of Baccarella. Now Castillo's going to push. And Leung up ahead of the play, able to lay it in. Leung's having a solid game as well. That's her 12th point. She also has 6 assists and 3 steals.
Well,
So-
it's what she does that doesn't get into the scorebook. She plays a full game just like Baccarella. Coach K's got a lot of high-energy players that he could go to.
Quezada going to turn on McRae. Gives it outside to Metra. Quezada wants it back. Entry pass from Metra, knocked away from McRae. Now back out to Quezada on the near side baseline. Way off, right into the waiting hands, though, of Castillo. And she's going to push the other way. Goes past Samaki. Crossover move up top to Traynor.
This is
Trainor's
a
wide open,
demonstration
straight
of
on.
Wirecast.
Shot off left rim, no good. And then Leung comes away with that rebound. Leung can dribble in. No one's picking her up. That's odd. I mean, they're really setting off of her. Now Traynor has it. Ball swung around the perimeter. Castillo on the near side and knocks it down just inside the arc, and that'll be a 2.
Well, not much opposition from Medgar as far as defense. They're just kind of standing there looking for a rebound.
Now Houghton inside to
This is a
Quezada.
demonstration
Quezada's able
of
to
Wirecast.
turn and knock it down. And once again, Joe, whenever Baruch have let Quezada turn and face the basket, she's been deadly from the mid-range.
Well, she certainly has some game, David, but I don't know why she's not the go-to person right off the bat. It's almost like she's secondary and third to get a touch.
Now Houghton has it. Quezada calling for the ball in the post. Bounce pass inside. That was tipped. I think it might have been Baccarello. Got a hand on it. Now
This is a
Castillo quickly the other way for the
demonstration of
Bearcats.
Wirecast.
Ooh, nice step back crossover move. Shot no good. And Baruch tried to save it. Didn't need to save it. It's going to go back. It's going to go to the Bearcats. So
Well, I'd like to bring attention to Baruch Nation that McRae has not stopped playing at full tilt the entire game. Credit
This
to
is a
her.
demonstration
still looking
of
for her first
Wirecast.
basket, though. A little unorthodox from McRae. If she does have 6 rebounds, she averages close to 12 boards on the season per game.
Her hands have been involved in every possession. Either it's a steal or near steal. She's been battling underneath. And this is just going to be a great thing for Baruch going ahead. Her playing at the intensity that she does, game in and game out, along with Castillo and Leung and Baccarello.
So Baccarello bring it into the front court.
This
It's
is a
Mitchell,
demonstration
Baccarella,
of
Altamirano,
Wirecast.
Grant, and McRae on the floor right now for the Bearcats.
McRae doesn't have any openings when they try and get it into her.
Quezada going into the lane against Grant. Shot no good. Grant on the rebound. And Baccarella is going to push the other way for the Bearcats.
Grant has done some good things in her minutes out there tonight.
And Mitchell hits the deck, able to find Baccarella. And they're going to call it jump ball. Interesting. That's going to be side out, and it's going to go back to the Cougars.
Mitchell's playing hard, even with this big lead.
Wirecast.
Mitchell's playing hard. McRae's playing hard. That says a lot for Coach K's program. Even in a rout, they're still playing hard.
And Metro now has it on top of the three-point line, and Coach Catrozo's trying to make a point there that some of those ticky-tack fouls might just be to speed up the game. As now Metro, her shot no good. Altamirano comes away with the rebound, and Baccarella will push for the Bearcats. She brings it into the front court, coming to the near side to Altamirano. Altamirano
Wirecast.
back up top to Mitchell. Inside to Grant, now outside to Baccarella. In the corner, Altamirano. Baseline jumper. Shot off front rim, no good. Ball into the hands of Harder. Now Quezada can walk things up. Correction, it's going to be Metro who brings it up.
That was the possession when McRae was open. They could have got it to her if they would have looked in.
Now it's Harder on the near side. Quezada calling for it underneath. It's going to be Guy on the near side three. Shot no good. Long rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to Baruch.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
A little more than 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Bearcats trying to extend their record to 12-10 on the season. And don't forget, Joe, they're going to be right back at Medgar Evers in 2 nights for a rematch.
Yeah, they have to win these two, no doubt. And then get ready down the stretch for some formidable opponents to finish the season.
Fortunately for the Bearcats, they're home the last 2 games of the season at Friday the 10th against Lehman College. Don't forget to tune in.
This is a demonstration
And then,
of Wirecast.
Tuesday the 14th against John Jay. And correction, that game at Medgar Evers is actually Wednesday night.
Well, Lehman, that's going to be must-see TV.
And Baruch need all the wins they can get down the stretch as they're looking to try to get a better seeding in the CUNYAC tournament as Encarnacion takes too many steps. She's in for the first time, and it's going to go back to Medgar Evers.
Yeah, both the men and women, it's going to be a battle against Lehman. They need that game, respectively.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And it's funny, both teams need that game. Both teams, the men fighting out for the 1 seed against Lehman, as the women are fighting just to increase their seeding. But Lehman are right behind them at 4-7 in the CUNYAC. So this game here, if the Bearcats can hold on with 12 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the ball game, they would then go 2 games up ahead of Lehman for the final playoff spot.
Yeah,
This
Lehman
is a
every year
demonstration
is
of
a formidable
Wirecast.
opponent. Tough team, well coached.
Ball swung around the perimeter. Merger's going to shoot from the far side. Her 3 no good. Mitchell comes away with the rebound. Samaki trying to close her down, and it'll be Encarnacion to walk things up for Baruch. Altamirano here on the near side. Drives into the lane. High shot, no good. Grant bats out that rebound, and Mitchell able to run it down. Nope, it's going to go out of bounds and back to the Cougars.
So Baruch
is a
should finish
demonstration
this
of
game,
Wirecast.
taking good shots, making good plays. Take advantage of the game. Make this like a practice, and leave the floor. Having made some good decisions on the court.
Ooh, nice find to find Merger underneath. Wow, awkward shot there, no good, and it's going to go off of Harder last, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
She should throw the jump ball at the start of the game. That was a good jump ball.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So a minute and 30 remaining here in the third. Inside to McRae, swung outside, far side to Mitchell. Mitchell going to pull mid-range, no good. Quezada on the rebound for Medgar Evers.
Mitchell's got a good-looking shot. I think she should shoot more.
And Harder on the near side gives it inside to Quezada. She tries to turn. Nope, now outside to Metro. Metro straight on 3. That's not going to hit anything, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats with 1:06 remaining here in the third quarter. Baruch, 41-point lead here at the Arc Arena.
David, while I have a moment, just want to shout out, we lost somebody in the broadcasting business, a legend, icon, Billy Packer, who was synonymous with college basketball, passed away last week. He made all of us better as, you know, in the broadcasting field.
And Baruch able to finish, just like you were talking about earlier, Joe McRae getting involved in the action.
Well, they've had her open. They just didn't look at her.
Bounce pass now to the near side to Samaki, inside to Quezada. Quezada's going to turn and able to knock down the mid-range.
Maybe Baruch can get a la Kyrie Irving. Maybe they can get a trade for Quezada.
Shot there, no good from Altamirano, and Medgar Evers can hold for the final possession.
Baruch can throw in a couple of textbooks from the bookstore.
And Quezada quickly doubled now as she catches the ball. Houghton trying to find Quezada, who is on the seat of her pants on the near side, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. 3 seconds remaining here in the third. And the shot there is not going to count if it goes. So after 3, Baruch 56, Medgar Evers 15. We'll step aside and we'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And it's fourth quarter action here at the Arc Arena between Medgar Evers and the Bearcats. It's the first game of a back-to-back between these two teams. Baruch leading into the fourth quarter 56-15. And it'll be Encarnacion to walk things across into the front court, for the Bearcats. And a pass there from McRae into Grant was stolen, and it'll be the Cougars who come away with it.
Miriam Guy is in the game for Medgar. She looks like a player. She hasn't done much, hasn't had a lot of playing time.
And Houghton will set up the offense for Coach Carr. Ball inside to Quezada. Quezada quickly doubled.
This is a demonstration
trying to find a cutter
of
now. Bounce pass outside to Houghton. Nice spin move there by Houghton. Shot no good. And they're going to say she traveled on the way to the basket, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Quezada's had success turning at the elbow for making shots, but on that time she chose to pass it.
It was a nice move there by Houghton. Just, I think, one too many steps inside the lane. Now Altamirano looking for options. Encarnacion up top. Ball swung on the perimeter. Grant going to pull up from the far side elbow. Long rebound into the hands of Houghton.
Well, Grant can make that
This
shot.
is
It
a
just hasn't gone
demonstration
down
of
tonight.
Wirecast.
And Baruch themselves haven't scored since the midway point. Check that. They've scored one basket since the midway point in the third quarter. So the Bearcats struggling a little bit too here in the second half.
Well, they built this gigantic lead, so you know you're allowed to miss, but You don't want to get into bad
This is a
habits
demonstration
and take
of
bad
Wirecast.
shots and go in a drought.
Baruch has scored 29 points in the first. Since then, they've scored 27. 3 there on the far side. No good by Guy, and it's going to be the Bearcats who come away with it. Encarnacion's going to push the tempo. Has Altamirano here on the near side. Dribbling baseline, goes right to the hoop and is able to finish at the rim.
Good move by Altamirano. Another complimentary player off the bench for Coach K.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Averaging a little more than 16 minutes a game is Allison Altamirano. And bounce pass there from Encarnacion's turned over.
Yeah,
Halton the other way, and she throws it right back to the Bearcats.
That's a tough pass. She meant well, but too many players in front as she tried to bounce it in.
So now Encarnacion, near side, gives it off to Altamirano. Guy out on her. Altamirano looking baseline, bounce pass inside to McRae. McRae can't handle that one, though, and it's into the hands of Halton for the Cougars.
Yeah, too bottled up down low there to get it to McRae.
The ball starting to stick here in the offensive end. Quezada's going to turn. Elbow jumper, and she knocks that one down.
Well, she's made that move and shot repeatedly in this game, but not enough.
She has a double-double, 14 points, 13 rebounds, and now 7 blocks and 5 steals from Quezada.
I mean, demonstration of
it's hard to say a
Wirecast.
team with 17 points is having, you know, a quality game, but she is having a strong game here at the Arc Arena. And we'll step aside as Coach Katrozos wants to talk things over with 7:17 remaining. Baruch up 41. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So it'll be Altamirano to inbound here on the near side with Encarnacion up top with the ball. Back and forth between Altamirano and her. A cross-court pass to Mitchell. And it was Metro who's a little overzealous and going to get the foul. That's going to be her first. It's been quiet in the Arc Arena here tonight as Baruch have been in control since the first.
Well, it's been quiet. We had Battle of Lexington recently, and the stands were rocking.
Bounce pass inside to Grant, able to finish.
This is a demonstration
a nice
of
play there by
Wirecast.
Grant. I think the pass may have been for McRae, but Grant there to clean it up.
One of the few openings down low for Baruch. Usually it's been bottled up by the Medgar post players.
Ball inside to Quezada. Quezada going against Grant. Step back shot, no good off back rim, front rim, and it'll be Encarnacion to come the other way after McRae was able to pull on the rebound. Gives it outside to Mitchell. Mitchell gets Metro in the air. Mitchell's going to be fouled on the floor here. Let's see who it's against.
This is a demonstration
it's going
of
to be against
Wirecast.
Houghton. That's going to be her third.
Mitchell passed up 2 good mid-range shots to go into traffic. She needs to take those mid-range shots, which she can make.
Now Altamirano, ball swung on the perimeter to Mitchell on the far side. Drives past one defender. Looking for options. Mitchell now to the near side. Encarnacion's going to pull on the baseline, and she knocks it down and gets her first bucket of the night.
Encarnacion can make that shot.
This is a demonstration of
Giving the Bearcats
Wirecast.
6 minutes off the bench. As the ball's to the far side to Medgar. In the corner, now Quezada gets it on the baseline, trying to find Guy. It gets into the hands of Metra, who's able to knock it down from just inside the key. Excuse me, from deep inside the key, actually, just inside the semicircle, as now it's Altamirano. Near side jumper, and she's able to knock that one down. Now we're getting some scoring going here at the Arc Arena with
This
5.5
is a
remaining here in the
demonstration
ballgame.
of
Baruch
Wirecast.
64-19.
Altamirano, good complimentary player as well for the Bearcats.
Now Medgar has it on the far side. Entry pass into Quezada. Quezada bounce pass to Metra. Metra shot off way left. No good. Guy's able to run down the rebound. Guy's going to pull a three. Way long on that three. And it's into the hands of Altamirano, and Mitchell can push it the floor. Gives it over to Encarnacion here on the near side. Now swung around to Altamirano. Baseline jumper
This
from Altamirano.
is a
And that
demonstration
one
of
gets
Wirecast.
rolls home as it went around and down. Altamirano now has 6 in 19 minutes of action. Throwing 8 rebounds and 4 assists. She's having a good all-around game as Houghton takes too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, all the contributions Coach K is getting is just going to help going forward. Again, this time of year you have to have a short memory because all the
This
games
is a
are one after the
demonstration
other.
of Wirecast.
So any good play you want to take in with you.
And for the Bearcats, it's how can they replicate this success in 2 nights as McRae cleans up the glass on the Altamirano miss.
I think the players believe in each other at this point and know what they can do. And next man up, if Castillo and Leung are not having big offensive games, Paige Traynor has to step up. Beccarella has to step up. And what a great move by Coach K, putting
This is a
Beccarella in the starting
demonstration of
lineup to
Wirecast.
force her to up her game. Not that she didn't have a great game, but now she's a starter.
Doing it on both ends of the floor tonight. Wasn't able to get her shots to go. However, had 6 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals.
But once you get the starting nod, immediately you get confidence, and you know that the coach believes in you now, and you want to deliver. And she's a great young lady, great student athlete. Her dad is loyalty, unbelievable. He's here every game.
This is a demonstration
And
of
it's just a
Wirecast.
feel-good story about her. And she's the Italian stallion.
Name alone, right?
Yeah.
So Houghton not able to knock down the first. And good on the second.
Well, Medgar somehow managed to get to 20. Remember, they've been barely getting out of the 30s in recent games. So
Speaks to the Bearcats' defense as now Mitchell has it on the
This
far
is a
side.
demonstration of Wirecast.
Up top to Encarnacion, near side pass. Ooh, Baruch I think messed that one up a little bit. It looked like it was McRae and Grant kind of occupying the same space.
well, it's easy to say Baruch has done the job defensively. They gave up a bunch to Quesada, but no one else.
And you'll live with that. Quezada has 16 of the 20 for the Cougars as
This
the ball
is a
swung around the perimeter.
demonstration of
Medgar has it
Wirecast.
up top over to Medgar on the far side. She's going to pull a 3 way off right side. But Encarnacion may lose it. She does. Houghton hits the deck and able to force the jump ball. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Dave, in my match, does Medgar have 24 points? Because the scoreboard says 20.
No, it's 68-20.
Okay.
So
This is
Altamirano
a
inside the Grant.
demonstration
Gives
of
it outside to Mitchell on the
Wirecast.
far side. She's going to shoot a line drive shot. No good. Altamirano able to save it to McRae. Over to Encarnacion. Now Grant going into the lane. Her floater off glass. No good. And Quezada's able to come away with the rebound for the Cougars.
That's a good move if Grant could get that to go.
Coming down 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Baruch leads 68-20 Bounce pass over to Houghton now on the near side. Nice find there by Quezada. Shot no good, a little too strong. Multiple Bearcats fighting over it now, and it's up ahead to Encarnacion. Altamirano running the floor, and Encarnacion's pass just a bit ahead of Altamirano.
Quezada seems to be the facilitator for this Medgar Evers team, which is interesting. Who is she facilitating to?
That's where Medgar Evers has struggled tonight. On the night, they're shooting 18%, 9 of 48 from the field, and have not hit any of their 11 threes as Mitchell comes away with the steal there.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Encarnacion can walk things up for the Bearcats, brings it across the timeline. Now over to Mitchell on the far side. McRae available on the interior. Ball went through her hands, though. Maybe a little bit of a deflection there from the Cougars. And Houghton going straight into the lane. Shot no good. And it'll be Baruch who come away with the rebound. Mitchell into the front court.
Well, McRae shouldn't come out. She should stay down in the post and let her teammates find her. She's got to keep moving.
Mitchell driving
baseline. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Gives it far side for Encarnacion. Three a little too long, but rebounded there by McRae. Outside, near side to Altamirano. Back inside to McRae. She's going to go up with the right hand. No good. And it'll be the Cougars who rebound.
She did everything but finish. Great move. She turned in.
I mean, shot attempt disparity alone, Joe. Baruch's 31 of 81 shots, and the Cougars have only put up 49. Shot attempts. I mean, it's just, you're going to get that many extra chances and opportunities.
This is a demonstration of
the Cougars
Wirecast.
as well also have 36 turnovers to Baruch's 17.
Credit the play of McRae and the hustle that got them extra shots. Baccarella, Encarnacion, everybody's working hard. And earlier in the first half, Baruch got a lot of touches off loose balls.
24 steals for the Bearcats. Throwing 5 blocks there, and they're doing it being strong on the defensive end.
This is a demonstration
I say it every
Wirecast.
game. If they keep their hands and feet moving, i.e. Leung, they're going to get a lot of steals.
Guy gets stripped. It's going to go off the Bearcats last, and with a minute remaining, Baruch are going to walk away with the W, Joe, and it's just as important this game. They got to reset for Wednesday night where they go to Medgar Evers to run this one back.
I don't know why Medgar doesn't play Guy and Quezada together. They might do some damage if they're on the court at the same time.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And an errant pass there from the Bearcats, so it's going to go back to the Cougars with 51 seconds remaining here in the ballgame.
I think Baruch has had their turnovers because they lost their focus given the opponent, which is one of the negatives tonight. But it happens in a game. If you're not playing the top team, sometimes your mind strays. But listen, Baruch has played a tremendous game in spite of anything in every category.
And hustling until the final seconds
This is a
of regulation.
demonstration of Wirecast.
3 there, no good. It's going to be Guy who comes away with the rebound. Fadeaway shot, also no good. Altamirano trying to keep it in. Does into the hands of Encarnacion, and that should do it here at the Arc Arena. Baruch going to come away with a commanding victory over the Cougars. 68-20, led tonight by Mia Castillo. She had 24, leading all scorers, but Paige Traynor, huge game. 16 points, 7 of 13 from the field. And Baruch just dominant on the defensive end.
Yeah, not a lot to say about tonight's game, David. Only, what did you say, Wednesday we're back at it, and Baruch in a must-win in a game that, obviously they can beat, but we don't want any slip-ups.
Yeah, it's about keeping that mentality and taking it game by game, but also understanding that you have to have the mental, the correct mental approach.
They're going to be looking forward to Lehman. But you can't do that. You got to be careful. It's what they call a trap game.
Yeah, definitely can't have a trap game if you're the Bearcats.
So they have to talk about that in the locker room right now. The leaders have to step up and make sure that they're on top of things and everybody's on the same page, knowing where we are in the season. No slip-ups, and let's do what we really can do. We know what this Lady Bearcat team can do individually, and let's focus on that. So great night. and another confidence builder, if you will. But, David, the whole moral of the story, you can't get too high, you can't get too low.
This
And
is
this
a
is huge for the Bearcats
demonstration
as
of
it takes them 2
Wirecast.
games out of the final playoff spot in the CUNYAC, 2 against Lehman. So you play Medgar Evers, you're playing against Lehman. You're really controlling your own destiny in terms of can you move up the seeding, especially the last game of the year against John Jay.
Well, they're going to be home against Lehman, which counts, instead of being up there at Bedford Park.
And John Jay could also be a good team. They're 8-3 in the conference, 14-8 overall, and a potential first-round playoff matchup for the Bearcats.
This is the team that Coach K likes, wants on the court. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, Lady
This is a
Bearcats.
demonstration of Wirecast.
So that will do it for us here at the Arc Arena. Once again, your final score, Baruch 68, Medgar Evers 20. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stolzer, I'm David Just. Have a great night, everybody.